Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another review. Today, I'm reviewing Rasasi La Yuqawam. Rasasi La Yuqawam is considered by many as a very good clone of Tuscan Leather by Tom Ford. I also think that this is inspired by Tuscan Leather, but I do not think that this is a clone, and I'll tell you why. I've reviewed Tuscan Leather. If you're interested, I'll put a link at the end of this video for Tuscan Leather. And this is the packaging. The packaging is beautiful. It's a very solid wooden box, but I've kept it in storage so I couldn't show you. But look at the bottle. It's absolutely beautiful, and the leaf at the front will have you believe that this is a tobacco fragrance. It is not. It's primarily a leather fragrance, and that too an outstandingly gorgeous leather fragrance. Absolutely amazing, guys. It's fantastic. So I'll not spray first. Why? I tell you, I do not like the opening of this fragrance. So let me start from the beginning. When I got this in 2015, 2016 maybe, when I first sprayed it, it immediately pissed me off completely. I was really angry because this fragrance was scary. And I've never had a fragrance like this which has done a complete turnaround, 180 degree, completely the opposite. Now I can't wait to spray this. But I don't like the opening. And I'll tell you why I don't like the opening. When you first spray this smells very pungent, green, herbal and woody, and also very dry. It smells, some people say this smells like cocaine. Now, I've never done anything hard in my whole life, and nor do I intend to. But this fragrance was scary. That opening really scared me, in the sense that I really didn't enjoy it. In fact, I found it off-putting. I still do. When I first spray this fragrance, I don't find it off-putting, but I find this fragrance to be unappealing. So I have to wait for about 2 hours for it to dry down. And when it starts to dry down, that is when it's fun. So let me explain to you how it transitions from the opening. The opening is pungent, green, dry, woody, right? And it reminds apparently of cocaine. What I attribute it to is that bitter pungency is basically a combination of olibanum and jasmine, which is in the heart notes of this fragrance. There's also thyme and there is also saffron. Maybe these four notes are creating that sort of pungent feeling. It's pungent, and that's the bit I don't like. When it dries down after about 2 hours and you start getting this beautiful leather, it's a very fine leather that starts coming out after about half an hour. And now, since I'm used to the fragrance, I sniff that leather after about half an hour. But the beauty is in the dry down. Excuse me. So the beauty is that Tuscan leather. So the opening is completely different to Tuscan leather, and the Tuscan leather is what I start to sniff. It's a trademark Tuscan leather, which if you haven't smelled Tuscan leather or this fragrance, you will not smell it anywhere else. I have not smelled it. I mean, there's some copies of Tuscan leather like Parfums de Mali, can't remember the name, that uses the same leather, and many other fragrances. Tuscan leather is an iconic fragrance. So that leather has been copied many times. But before Tuscan leather came through, I never smelled anything in the pre-2010 to 2007 era. Absolutely fantastic leather. It is combined by a waxy saffron, right? And saffron isn't floral. It's waxy and slightly herbal. And this is the most amazing thing for me. It has this note of, Tuscan leather has a note of raspberry. Here I don't get much raspberry. I do get a little trace of it, but I get what you would call mixed summer fruit sauce. It smells exactly like that. The kind that is served on pancakes in some restaurants. So it's basically a blackcurrant, raspberry, strawberry, all mixed together, create a nice little sauce, no sugar. And that mixed with that saffron, waxy saffron and leather. This is what La Yuqawam is. And La Yuqawam is a killer fragrance in its dry down. That combination somehow smells divine. It's so wonderful. It's so exciting. It's so sexy and so beautiful, that dry down, which absolutely steals my heart. I love this fragrance. And this is the turnaround. I did not have the patience, and I never go more than one spray. I never had the patience to enjoy what this was in my early days. Now I just can't get enough of it. there has to be just one excuse, a little worm twiggling in my head, and I spray this because I just love that combination of fruit and leather. It's just amazing. So upsides and downsides. Number one upside, this is a super high quality and beautiful composition. If you can tolerate the opening, number one, that is for this money, this is 75 ml, 75 pounds. Look how I'm holding this. This is so dear to me. I love it. The opening of this fragrance is not the best, but the dry down will tell you that this is one of the best leather fragrances on budget with very high quality composition. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. Second upside, the personality of this fragrance. The fragrance is extremely wealthy kind of a smell. It's the fragrance that you would wear when you go out on a Sunday evening, meet your friends, with your family, whatever. This is a fragrance of an high achiever who wants to have fun on a relaxed but yet expensive smelling surrounding. It smells like a very expensive couch, and you're having that, the pancake with that fruit sort of sauce, if you like. That's how it smells. It's very expensive smelling fragrance. Have no doubt in your mind. This is a real impression of a real wealthy guy. Have no doubts. Number three, compliment factor. Obviously, if you wear it right, don't go 3, 4, 5 sprays. This is not a 3, 4, 5 spray fragrance. One on your shirt, one on your hand, or maybe here, and it's too much after that, right? Wear it right, and I think you will be stunning people. I have done it, I've left people stunned by my fragrance. And literally, there's no other word than stunned. The expression on their faces was, wow, man, just 1 or 2 notches above us. What is he wearing? It's a real statement maker. Excuse me. So those are the 3 upsides. The 4 has to be the value for money. Now, Tuscan Leather, 50 ml is 250 pounds. This is not similar to Tuscan Leather, but the 75 pounds I spent for this 75 ml, 1 pound an ml, I guarantee you, this is more than 1 pound an ml fragrance. It just is amazing in terms of value for money. Downsides. The opening is a downside because it just leaves people scared and scarred, like me. So I wouldn't be very surprised if it leaves you scared and scarred. Number 2 would be the age group. I don't see a 30-year-old wearing this or 20-year-old wearing this. This is a 35 plus, 30, 35 plus. Depends on your personality. You could be a 25-year-old boy who wears very nice suits on a Sunday evening and just wants to leave an impact. Clubbing as well. It's a fantastic fragrance. So those are 2 downsides. Third downside, but not very sure. I've heard this has been diluted. Rosaceae is not in the game of dilution. It's not in the game of reformulation. Rosaceae doesn't do it. I've seen Rosaceae brands. I've seen many other fragrances from Rosaceae. I love this house. If they were to play that game of reformulation, they will go out of business. In Middle East, this is a Middle Eastern house. There's no scope for diluting your fragrance because there's so many players. They'll lose out. Where Rosaceae have carved out a market share for themselves. They will not dilute their fragrances to lose that game. That's the logic I used. I haven't tried the newer version. This is a 2015-2016 vintage. It is not a beast mode projector. So let's talk about performance. This somehow has a reputation for being a beast mode projector. It's not. Trust me, it's not. It's a medium projection fragrance. But the aura and the personality of the fragrance is such that it creates that impression of a beast mode fragrance. It's not. It's a very heavy personality fragrance. It's really strength. Strength is the word I would like to use. Muscular. Yeah, that's the fragrance. Longevity, amazing. 10 plus hours. Sillage, fantastic. 2 under your shirt. Although you'll kill yourself, you'll smell this all day. 1, beautiful. Absolutely. Every time you move, you'll be reminded of this amazing dry down. What a fragrance this is. And what a packaging this is. Look at that. Just amazing. I've covered all aspects, haven't I? Seasons. Cold weather. Yeah. Best. It smells the best in cold weather. It's just made for cold weather. Occasions. Relaxed occasions. I wouldn't wear this to work. Although I love it so much, I'll really struggle to control myself. If I'm going for a serious meeting with a person I know who wouldn't judge me, I probably would wear this. but not on my shirt or on my jacket. I'll wear it on my skin. And by the time that meeting happens, after about 5 hours, it will have dried down. So those are the precautions. Marks out of 10, 8 out of 10. Limited wearability is the reason I'm giving it an 8. But if I had to judge this on its dry down, I would have given this a 10 out of 10. No doubts in my mind. But overall, 8 out of 10. Hope you enjoyed the review, fellas. Take care. Bye-bye.